Very
welcome. How are you?
Good.
Tell me, what do you think of the whole outing?
Sure, this is great. This seems to be the fourth leg of a long journey. These men are on, and so they're heading for Killarney today, and the weather seems to suit them very much. So it's a huge effort, Paddy. Look at this thing started, I think, very simply a few years ago. Isn't it great to see the crowd covered in Moynalty? They were a very well organised bunch, and I wish them the very best.
Well, thank you very much, because they certainly do. The men of great determination and courage.
Yes, and I think this year I think they're doing it for the fund in JP in Naba, which is another excellent cause. And any of the causes they had down to the years have always been good causes. And of course, I think they have another event in August. So look, let them off and hope they have a good day.
Oh, exactly.
I hope you have a nice day as well.
Thank you very much. Here we have Joey Curley, and Joey is one of the old members of the club here. It's great to see you this morning, bright and breezy,
It is, yeah, and it's great to see that the day is good.
Isn't
that there'll be no, they're not going to get wet today anyway or tomorrow, so that's good.
Oh, it's marvellous.
It's a great start.
And not alone that, but the wind is in their backs, literally.
Well, I hope that in their backs all the way.
Yeah, it's a long way, a long journey.
Oh, it's a big undertaking now this year that they've handled the other ones so far, so hopefully now this one will go well now today.
Yeah.
And tomorrow will be the big tester.
Oh, very definitely.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning in the horse and jockey now is going to be fairly tough.
So hopefully they won't drink too much tonight in the horse and jockey, and they'll be all fit in the morning.
Oh, they will, definitely. I believe the Jimmy and those are going to look after them very, very well,
Yeah, they'll be in bed early.
Oh, they will.
No doubt they will. So anyway, the best of luck to the whole lot of them, and sure, hopefully they all make it.
Right, Joey, and thanks for all your sponsorship and all your help.
No problem,
Great. Jimmy Nevin, it's the 31st of May. It's a long time ago since you worked out this whole plan, isn't it?
Well, I suppose this all started probably 4 or 5 years ago now on a charity run. And it was all to do with raising money on the rehab in Dunleary on behalf of Marty Riley. And a few of us.
I see him here this morning.
He's here supporting us. And it's important to interview him today as well.
Oh, yeah, so, it's very important.
And it started from there now, and a few of us got together, started cycling, and 4 or 5 years later, we're heading off to Cork now this morning.
It's fantastic. It's a wonderful achievement to have got so far so quickly.
It's a fantastic club. Great for a new club, a young club. It's very strong, and I think it's all to do with the committee, the members, and the whole lot. It's brilliant. So
no doubt whatever about it, because they're a great bunch of people, Anybody else in particular that you want to say thanks to everybody,
Well, absolutely, everyone, you know what I mean? It's just everyone. There's no one single person or whatever. It's everyone, and we've other organisations here. The football club is helping us out here. The steam trash, and it's just everyone. And you see what's here now at sort of at 8:30 in the morning now on a Friday morning. Absolutely.
It's very few organisations that could drag out so many people out of the bed.
Absolutely, and to cycle 400 kilometres.
Oh, sure.
There's saner people locked up, Paddy.
Yeah, but no doubt about it, one or the other. You're either martyrs or lunatics.
Absolutely, and I don't know the toss up between which.
Right. You're a very brave man, Kieran.
Much as I don't know about that. Either very brave or very stupid, one or the other. It's just a great day.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah. It's wonderful. Isn't it marvellous to see such a response here this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning?
I know it's brilliant to see everybody out, and it's brilliant to see all the cyclists. They've put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of training.
A huge lot.
Yeah, it's a culmination of a couple of years, really.
Yeah, that is true. And this is the final of
leg.
your 4-year stint.
Yeah. It is, yeah. So it'll be 400k over 2 days it's a big achievement for anybody, really. But
it certainly is.
Yeah. And looks like we'll have the weather on our side for a change.
You will. The Lord has looked down kindly on you. There's no doubt about it.
We must have been good all year or something, were we?
I think you were. I think so. Did you do an awful lot of road work yourself? Yeah.
Did a good bit. Yeah. Normally we wouldn't do much over the winter, but we did this year. We did a lot over the winter just to keep her going. And you have to put in the training. If you don't do the training, you won't make it.
That is true.
So that's important. It's great. It's good for fitness.
To see the crowd going down and they pass by our house down there, and to see it and it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
And I often wonder, how do you stick with it?
You'll be warm enough, and then should the chat will be going, and you'll be talking away, and the time flies. Like it's a very friendly type of sport.
It is, and I must say, they're very happy, chatty type of people.
Yeah.
You'd hear them a mile away coming, laughing and talking.
You'll hear them before you see them.
You will, definitely.
No, it's good fun.
Hearing the very, very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
As they say in the Irish, good night and boher live. It's great to see you out and about so early in the morning, right?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be normally out this early, but we had to make an exception for this morning, But look, it's a great turnout, and
isn't it wonderful?
Yeah. So
and you've spent a lot of hard work and sweat and to get here today.
Well, I suppose it's been 5 years of hard work and hard days in the saddle and that, and for me, and it's been probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, because cycling's a fairly ferocious sport, and if you're not fit, you're going to be very quickly left behind.
Very definitely.
Yeah.
Now that's the question. Starting off, did somebody entice you to come in? Did they?
Well, I think it was Jimmy Nevin. I think that was the first one that spoke to me about getting involved in it. It was to get involved in the Marty Riley cycle,
right.
And that was something which I think the whole parish took a hold of and got involved in, and
certainly did.
It just went on from that. After that, we decided let's form a bit of a club and have a bit of crack at it, and. But it just went on from that. We got stronger and stronger, and the cycles got further and further. And I suppose then we came up with the idea of the 4-pint challenge, and today is the last leg of that now. So we have the 4 corners of the country in 4 years.
Marvellous! It's really marvellous. Roughly, it's about 400 kilometres. This one.
Today is 190 kilometres, and tomorrow is just under the 200 mark. I think it's something like 199 or something like that.
So
tomorrow
you're almost
is
around the 400.
Yeah, it's just short of the 400. Tomorrow is fairly tough now. It's
there's
a lot of climbing
down there.
There's quite a bit of climbing.
I know that. Yeah.
And judging by my physique, I'll go well in them things, But look, today is fairly flat, so should it be okay today? It's just a matter of keeping it together and hoping that the wind stays in our back, kind of thing.
Exactly. For the people who are looking, what is the situation? Who sets the pace, or is there any?
There'll be 10 different riders at the front, and they will set the pace, and they will dictate they will kind of cover the rest. Right. And tomorrow we'll put 10 more at the front. The rest will ride behind them or hide behind them, kind of thing, and that pace will be dictated by them.
You're like the wild geese going along.
That's it. Well, that's exactly the way we'll be. We'll fan out as current as the wind turns, and that. But no, we'll be well protected. Like, there's a lot of good riders there, like Ken Maloney and Paul Kelly and fellas like that, who will dictate the pace and end as well. And
you have the medics, of course. Yeah.
Oh, you won't go too far without them. A spin like this, there'll be tired bones, and there'll be. The muscles will start to ache after about 120 or 130, and
I know.
It's just as important to have them there. Absolutely,
exactly.
You need them there.
And you also have the backup with collars.
Yeah, if you get a puncture here, the idea is basically you put your hand up and you pull into the edge, and once you pull into the edge, you have the breakdown crew will be up behind you. You'll be back on the road within a minute. They'll just change the wheel completely, and then they fix it at the next stop and that. So. You'll be well looked after that way,
Very good, very good. Well, listen, congratulations on doing it.
Thanks very much.
The very best of luck to
Thank
you. As I say,
Exactly. Thanks very much. Thank you.
I think you're a wonderful man to go and do this, but you've been cycling all your life, haven't you?
Well, I started in my late 20s, so I'm not all my life, but last 15 years, so.
Yeah, the first time I met you, you were on a bike. I think,
was it?
I don't know, yeah.
I've been at it a while now. The first around here, I think.
Yeah, that's true. I think we could claim you to be the person who is completely responsible for it.
Well, I don't know about completely responsible. I think Jimmy Nevin and some got to do with that as well, but with the Marty Riley cycle, that kicked it all off. And
it certainly did. It certainly did.
So.
We have the JP people back here now.
Okay.
So I'll talk to them for a minute. I'll
Okay.
talk to you in a few minutes time.
We'll have a good day anyway, so
And
2 days. So.
Helen's going with you.
She is indeed, yeah.
Is she riding?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the only couple now that's going, is that
I think
right?
so. No, there's one of the guys is another couple going as well.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Good.
There was 3 couples, but one of the girls injured herself. So.
Right. Well, the very best of luck to you.
That's great, Paddy. Thanks.
Great. Okay, Dr. John, father of J.P. O'Brien, and it's so sad to think that he has been so disabled for so long. You know?
It's tough. Yeah.
How is he now?
He's in good spirits now at the moment. He's in rehab in Dunleary. He's doing quite well at the moment. He has his rehab program during the week, and that's going quite well for him. And he gets home now at the weekends. He looks forward to getting home. He comes home usually on the Thursday until the Sunday evening. You know, he likes to get home and be with the family and meet the friends and that. But he's in good enough spirits overall, you know. But mobility-wise, he's very limited, you know. Unfortunately, he has nothing in the bottom half. He has little bit of movement in the arms, but still he can't.
So it's gradually coming.
It's coming good. Yeah, mentally he's good himself. The form is good with him, but the movement of the arms is not great. His fingers is half open, half closed position. If you put something into him, he can grip it and maybe grip a mug to a glass or a container that he can take a drink, or maybe if you could feed him, we'll say an ice cream or that, or a banana, he can grip it in the hand and lift it up with a little bit of effort and feed himself. But
every little thing,
yeah, the main things, all the main things, and that if he's having a meal or that, he has to be fed. He has to get assistance and that. But unfortunately, that's the way it is. So hopefully,
it should happen like that.
So hopefully things will improve, you know.
Sure. We have Con here beside. Con, you were an uncle.
I am indeed, yeah.
No. It was a very sad happening, wasn't it?
Oh, it is indeed, yeah. It's tough on everyone, you know. There's a lot of travelling up and down and going up to visit him every night and that, you know.
Yes.
And then we would have, originally we came from Ardemar, that's where we originated from.
You are, yeah.
So we wouldn't be really that far from Moynalty.
Right.
Would have originally lived over beside Charlie Farley and that, you know.
Sure. And isn't there a wonderful response, you know, to
there is, yeah. There has been a great community and, you know, all other fundraising efforts that was done, you know, everybody rode in and got behind it, and then we had a fundraising event in Cabra Castle in January, and
that's right, yeah.
With great response from all the local communities and local clubs and that, you know, football clubs, and everybody rode in behind it, you know.
So the club here is having
they are, yeah. They're having an August bank holiday weekend, and we're delighted with that, and like that they've taken JP on board this year, you know.
Yes.
We appreciate, and that's why we came over this morning, just to show our appreciation and just to see everybody heading off this morning, you know.
Well, thank you very much, because it's wonderful of you to come, you know. It shows this wonderful cooperation among communities, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pat Nevin, and Pat is, I think he's one of the biggest, the best, and the oldest possibly.
Most senior member.
Yeah,
Paddy.
You don't say old people.
No, most experienced.
Yeah, the most senior.
Yeah,
member,
most experienced. Yeah,
and you have 4 tours done already.
This is the 4th, yeah, Paddy. This is the 4th. We've done them all, and this is the last. This is the biggest one now. This is the 2-day event.
It sure is.
So it's going to be tough. Something like 400 kilometres. So hopefully it'll work out okay for us. I think we're fairly confident we'll get through it. But there's a lot of training done to get us to this point. So hopefully it'll be okay. All right.
Oh, definitely. And tell me something. With all the training you've done, do you ever feel that I'm still not fit enough, you know?
Every time you get on the bike, you think you're not fit enough. But once you get on the bike and you get moving, you know you're okay. So it should be good.
And when you got up this morning, what did you think?
Well, first thing you do is look out and see what the weather is like.
Yeah,
which was okay. So once you feel okay. Once it's not too cold or too wet.
Right.
But it's grand. It's grand. It felt all right. Feel fit. So hopefully we'll all make it and make it safely. That's the main thing.
That's the
all right.
important thing.
That's it.
And you have somebody who is going to be with you one of the medics, I think.
Oh, Helen. Yeah. I have nieces and nephews all over the place here. You have, yeah. So we're going to have a good crowd. So there'll be a good representation, and hopefully we'll have a good group photograph later on when it's all over.
Absolutely.
So.
And congratulations.
Thanks very much, Paddy.
For everything. Right.
All right. Well done.
Yes. So I know most of what you're going to say.
Yeah, well, I just think these people are amazing to give and to find and give so much time to preparing for something like this. And I think they should feel a great sense of accomplishment. It's lovely for their families too, even though they'll be separated, maybe some of them for the few days. But it's a great cause for pride in a family. I mean, you can just imagine children talking about what Daddy did. And it's lovely to have those kind of things to celebrate in a family. So it's really great for everybody, and I hope they have a wonderful trip now. I was down the country during the week, and they're far further ahead weather-wise than us. And all the whitethorn is out in blossom down there, and the country's lovely. Just couldn't have picked a better weekend for it, and I think the weather's going to be good for them too. So
thanks very much.
I hope they have a lovely time.
Yeah, they're on their way out. Conor Shaffery, you're delighted to see you out because you're not used to this kind of thing normally.
No, I'm very shy retiring sort of an eccentric, really.
You are,
yeah.
And you spend your time on the boards.
I spend my time in very queer places altogether, Paddy. Now, we won't go there, if you know what I mean.
No. And congratulations on your achievement.
Thank you very much. Small part in it. There was others who did a lot more work than me. It was great to get the opportunity to be involved in it, and it was an honour, and it was quite emotional.
It certainly was.
Yeah. It was quite emotional.
It was brilliant.
See what it meant to people. Yeah.
And a tremendous lot of work put into that. And now here you come along and you have put in an awful lot of work here.
I do. Yeah.
And tell me, do you feel now that you're fit and fine, ready for all?
Well, sure. We'll take each day as it comes, as they say. You know, each match as it comes, and we'll cross bridges as we meet them. But
when you get to horse and jockey,
we'll get there. I predict sore neck, shoulders, and nether regions. But apart from that, we should be okay.
Right.
We should be okay.
Please God. Have you done the other?
Oh, I have. Yeah.
So
and in the correct order as well at the correct time.
Oh, good. Yeah. Very good. Well, listen.
If you get me drift.
Best of luck,
Paddy. Thank you very much. Thanks very much.
Good night in Boholiat. To be the fastest cycler in town.
No, far from that. There's some savage people out there, both girls and boys. You know, they're very, very good. But I'm happy to be where I am. So I enjoy it now, and there's plenty of competition there. But at the end of the day, this is not a race. It's a matter of getting everyone down and enjoying it. Sure.
Roughly, how many hours would you spend on the bike?
In like today,
in
training.
In
training, I suppose coming up to this event, a lot of times you're probably trying to do 4 or 5 hours each Saturday, and then if you could do another 3 or 4 hours on a Sunday, it was a great way to be heading. You're heading in the right direction, you know. But it's hard to know what it's going to take now over the weekend. But I would say it's maybe 8 hours each day, or 8 maybe the first day, maybe 9 the second day.
So you won't be there till around 4.
Well, there'll be there'll be a break now during the day, so there will a lunch break. So maybe that could be an hour and a half. So I believe we won't be down there till around 6:30 this evening, around that now.
Okay, well listen, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks,
Peter Gain and Betty Smith, and two very important, influential people in the parish. And you had the honour of sending those people down to Bantry. Tell me, how do you feel about it?
Well, I think it's a great achievement for all the cyclists that's gone there. People used to talk years ago about going to Dublin on a bike, but now when you see people going off to Cork, it's a completely different story, and fair play to them. We've always held a very close bond with the cycling club over there, and they give us magnificent help on the day, and it's great to be here today to give them that send-off that they truly deserve.
Well, very, very definitely. Betty, you, as I've said already, you're terribly important in this place, because no matter what happens, we have to go to Betty Smith and we have to go over to the National Museum.
Well, isn't it marvellous? It's there for people. I mean, that's what it was built for.
It's true.
Yeah, and if we can give them some funding, that's what you do, and we all have to look after each other, I hope.
But it's a wonderful parish for cooperation, generally cooperation all round.
When the chips are down, like we all row in, no matter what.